Hello viewers, Nagaland'S filmmaker and director Vito Sumi 2023 Northeast Film Festival de documentary film category de Best Director laga award paise. Aro tai idu award paigina nutun itihas banaise. 2023 salde release kura Sound from the Hallow Bamboo jundu Northeast India de traditional music opera tribute dia laga se itu laga film de award to chidise. IB amigan lugot itia studio de Vito Sumi virtually shamil ase to tai lugot tai laga story aro profession opor khota koribo. First of all, Global Window ge time dia karne gushi paise sir, and congratulations on becoming the first filmmaker to win the best director in documentary film category, sir.
Thank you. Thank you for all your love and support. Thank you, Global Window, for having me here on your virtual interview. Yep.
Acha to sir, apni bhi film industry de chuni bole laga inspiration kuti bra paise. Aro iman tangwar award pa do, is there anyone that you would like to thank nohile kunge award to dedicate kore ase sir?
Yeah. So what really inspired me? So if I were to start, so my schools or college thakatime I was not very much into academics, so which means I was more interested in sports and other extracurricular activities such as like painting, drawing, sketching, and then most of my friends from my school or from my college, they would remember me. I would always be like scribbling something on my notebook. I really don't take notes of like what the teacher or the lecturer is giving me. But I had no clear vision. Even after my graduation, I had no clear vision of what I was going to do. It was only after I started my master's degree. There's a particular subject called as like film studies. So film studies. So in this subject, this is where I got, I get to see lots of like world cinema. Those great directors and how they would tell their story. That really inspired me on a given terms that like it was not comparatively not like Bollywood where like there was big budget. It was not about that. It was all about being creative with whatever things that you have at your disposal you are making. But it had to do with storytelling, and then that really inspired me. And then so that's where I decided like, okay, well, I'm going to take up filmmaking as my profession. I think after that it was no looking back. With the thing with your second question, if what whom should I dedicate? Definitely, I would love to dedicate my this award or my success to God Almighty and OJV Kapo, the subject of my film. Without him, I wouldn't have made this film. So I would dedicate this award and my success to the Lord Almighty and Mr. OJV. Without them, I would not have made this film. Yeah.
Acha sir, apni do iman tangor milestone bunji share ami kan sob chane ki ekta tangor naam babule noile kaam koribole hard work or dedication lage. So I'm pretty sure apni laga journey de bi hurdles noile obstacles kan bishi thakibo bare. To itu laga opor de bi ki ko mon ase sir?
Okay, fine. Yeah. So if we are to say about hurdles and obstacles, definitely I have faced all of it. I mean, I've been in this industry for 10 years. So, and then it's not like, I'm not saying, okay, only the filmmakers face it like that. I know in each and every industry that you work, you do face. But, ours is on a different level because, first of all, we're not considered as a professional. For us, it's just like a part-time job thing. So that's one big issue. And also criticism. I know Naga people can criticize you like to such an extent that at one point you feel like, oh, should I give it up? Should I give up my dreams or something like that? And the worst part is that you just realize the fact that your close ones are the ones who are talking about it. So at one point I do feel bad it's not the outsiders that's talking, but it's the close ones that they are trying to like, oh, he's already outdated, we don't need him, people don't like him, anything like that. But see, for me, I never gave any importance to all those things. For me, my vision was at the end I had to make films, and then I don't care whoever says anything, whoever criticizes me. I mean, that's their perspective, that's their point of view. I can't tell them to like, oh, you should like me or anything like that. Nonetheless, it's been a good experience for 10 years, and then I'm very much looking forward to my future because obviously this is it's not like okay I've achieved this, so this is going to be end of all my obstacles and all my troubles. It's gonna come more. So, but I would love to face them. Yeah.
Well, now, sir, we can truly say that all your criticisms were worth it. So, congratulations once again. So, sir, my next question to you is, what was the inspiration for the film Song from the Hallow Bamboo? Aro ito laga whole process to kinya tagishana, sir.
So I met Hojivi in like 2014. One of the event, the band was playing, and then they did a folk song, and then that was really different from the folk songs that I have heard. So after the event, I called him up and then said, "Why don't we come up with something?" So maybe he met me for the first time, so he was very apprehensive about it because, like you see, like people come from outside from elsewhere, and then they take our footages, and then they misuse it. So what I told him like no, because I don't want to do that. I want to go systematically. Then we started collaborating. After a few months, it was not just like we started immediately, nothing like that. So basically, the first 1 2 years, I was just going around with him, just documenting whatever he is doing and all these things. And then I also got to interact with him, and then
True.
I got to learn a lot of things. So, and also by third, fourth year, he was like more open with his stories, and then it got more interesting. So that's when we decided. So why don't we make this into a film? And then at that point of time, he was, he trusted me so much. Like I think you'll be the right person to tell the story. So I went ahead with it. I know it's been like almost an 8 years process to come up with this film. So for me, I can't say it's good or bad. It's the audience that has to say, and then the jury, like the critic has to say. But for us, we did put a lot of hard work in it. Yeah, it was
True.
a very difficult and a very long journey because in between, at one point of time, he had a stroke, and then I couldn't continue my documentary, whatever it may be. So, but by the grace of God, I mean, it all happened, and the result has been like absolutely amazing. So that's one hell of a story, I would say. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Amigan sob janegi our very own Nagaleti entria gavichu sabi Bollywood film anekte feature kurina Naga manu laga nambi ucha kuridishe. So, is there any chances, Noile? Do you think that more Nagas can be film industry de broadcast kribule talents or skills tikiasana nai?
The possibilities of youth getting into the film industry, why not? It's possible. It's definitely not impossible. It's for sure possible. But like I said, see, you're going to receive a lot of criticism, backlashes, whatever it may be. But if you're up for it, you should take it up as a challenge. And I feel like no one can stop you. There's endless opportunity. Film is one such medium where like it doesn't involve a single person. It involves a lot of artists from different fields. So when we make a film, it's not like okay, we need only the director, and then director is the only person doing all the things. It's not like that. It involves musician as well. It involves cinematographers. It involves editors. It involves writers and all these things. So if you're up for it, obviously the Naga society perceive film industry as like, okay, fine, this is not a real-time profession. But if you see elsewhere, it's a real-time profession. And then the people of Nagaland should means the viewers should also have to change their perspective and ideas about how you perceive a filmmaker. It's not just a part-time job, it's a profession. And this is one of the most at this point of time what we see is like filmmaking, because it's a visual form of communication. So definitely it's one of the best medium that we have, and then we'll have to explore it. But the audience should also have to change, the whole notion of perceiving a filmmaker is not about like it's just a part-time profession or anything like that. No, no, definitely not. And it's a full-time profession, and it's one of the most respected professions. So please to get into filmmaking, and then there's an endless opportunity for each and every one of you. Yeah, it's just that you have to be patient, and then you should be able to withstand all those criticism that is definitely going to come to you. Yeah.
All right, sir. Before we wind up with our interview, government of Nagaland noile Nagaland laga youths kange iku message asana nai in regard to promoting film in Nagaland. Noile government of Nagaland brabi key steps or initiatives tabuli lage in order for film industry to flourish, because American sob janegi Nagaland do at the northeast states de bottom list ase. So if you can comment something on that as well, sir.
Yeah, I think that that's a very interesting question, given the fact that what is our government doing for our filmmakers? So I don't want to blame the government, nor do I want to blame anybody. But the thing is, what I experienced during this time when I attended the film festival was I was able to meet Mr. Armstrong Pame. He's also a Naga, and then I just got to know that he became the director of films for like you know information and broadcasting, the films division thing. So it's definitely,
All right.
I mean, like it has opened a ton of, opportunities for us. A big thing for Northeast people, because he, he being a very genuine, a sensible guy. I mean, he has put all his effort, in trying to promote Northeast Film Festival. But it was said when I met him, and then he said like, "Oh, I do send all the proposals and all the, but the only problem with it is like I don't get any response from the government of Nagaland." So I was in a shock, definitely for sure. But I did tell him like I think we need to make some changes, and also I would really request the government of Nagaland to, film industry is it's really big, and then it's where when we are at this
True.
point of time when we are struggling with unemployment, why not when the central themselves they're trying to help each and every state, why don't we take a little bit of be concerned about it. See, I remember him telling me like I don't get any response from your state. So that's very disheartening. I mean, that that particular department, you must have received all the mails. I think you should check the mails at least. If you look at Nagaland, we are all shouting about unemployment, but like I said, film is not
True.
just 1 or 2 person making a film. It's like when it comes to film, it's about like a whole crew. A number of opportunities is going to come up when it comes to employment, all these things. So if Nagaland wants to be the destination or be the hub of, to attract filmmakers, we should come up with a better policy. And then we, a film association in Nagaland, which I'm also very much part of it, we want we are coming up with a film policy. At least you should accommodate us, and then because once we come up with a very film friendly policy, definitely any production from any part of the world would want to come and shoot here in Nagaland. So but it should be accessible. They don't have to
True.
go around like you know, for one permission they have to go to one office and then to another one. So like how other states are making it, you know, very accessible, I think we should also try for that. That way I think we can attract more production, and then when all this production comes in Nagaland, you know, the employment is going to be solved. Yeah.
Yes, sir. With inspiring people like you, let us hope that Nagaland Brabi youths can Brabi into film industry the interesting in aro. Let's hope that Nagaland Brabi we will make our place in this film industry. And Global Window ge apni laga kimti time dia karne khushi paise sir, and we wish you the best in everything that you do.
Thank you very much, Global Window. Thank you for giving me this opportunity.
So viewers, that was awardee Vito Sumi. Nutun idias panagina tai laga dreams fulfill kura operde apni kan bra huni baise aro tiki baise. Tai laga film Sound from the Hallow Bamboo bra traditional music opera tribute tigina pishi chun laga monde chuise aro itoi noigina world of documentary filmmaking debi tai laga position banailu she aro dunia de takia film enthusiast kan karne inspiration ekta hoise. Taibra Kwanishna, Nijor laga talents aro skills cholagina, life te ki hobo monase, idu karne kam kuribole lage, aro acting do apni laga sapna bi fulfill kuribo. Itiya karni mani. For more news and updates, keep watching Global Window.